All right, obviously you can tell that I'm not wearing the hat today. Not wearing my hat. My hair didn't look that bad, so I was like, I'm not going to wear the hat. Like, who cares? What's this? Just want to let you guys know so nobody's like, who are you? What are you doing to Tim? So, anyway. All right. Hey guys, FunnyGuyTimmy here. Finally gotten my hands on a Samson CO2. This mic I've been dying to test for a while. There's been a lot of people who've done reviews or tests on it, whether it's sound engineers, filmmakers, or voice actors. And I wanted to do my own little review of this mic right here. A friend loaned this to me. He's a filmmaker, and he had two of these. Whoop! I don't want to drop it. Oh my gosh. It's like a friend loans this to me. Smash! And then I just break it like immediately. Yeah, it comes in a pack of 2s because they are meant for stereo work or just pairing mics, like the MXL 991, which I have in front of me. And I actually wanted to compare it to the MXL 991 because from what I've heard from other people's videos, I feel like this one is better, but I wanted to be sure by testing it, so that's why I have one right here. Now he only had one of the little foam screen things, which I actually like these because it actually has like a plastic cover. It actually has like a little plastic skeleton, I guess, and then it has like a layer of, it's not felt, but it's like a really thin material, and then on top of that, with a little bit of air cushion between it and the plastic shield, is is actually the foam. So I'm thinking that it would probably provide a little bit more plosive resistance, help with the wind a little bit, as opposed to like the ones that are literally just a piece of foam. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. So yeah, I'm going to be testing it against the MXL 991, and the MXL 991 has the big dead cat on it. And I'm going to go ahead and leave it on there because, again, I'm not going to be testing which one is better with plosives, because for the most part, you can just fix either one of these plosive problem with a pop filter of any kind, whether it's the wire mesh or the silk mesh. I don't know what this is. Nylon? Is it nylon? I think it's probably nylon. But, so, yeah, that's what we're going to be testing. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hook up the Samson CO2 to this bad boy right here, and then I'm going to be switching between them. So hold on just a second. All right, and what you're listening to right now is the Samson CO2. I have the MXL 991 turned off. So we were listening to the MXL then, and now we're listening to the Samson CO2. And I'm going to try to get closer on it, just so you can really hear what this thing can do and what it's capable of. And I have it at the same volume setting, at the exact same volume setting as this one. On my Zoom H6, it is, let's see, it's right in between 5 and 4 on the dial. It's right in between 5 and 4 on both of these mics. So they sound like they have very similar gain levels to me. I'm going to switch back to the other one real quick. All right, so now we're listening again to the MXL 991, basically the same distance away. I feel like the MXL 991 is a little bit more muddy right now, and I think that's because it has the big poofy dead cat. But if I get more of these guys, these little, I don't know what they're called, tiny windscreens, I don't know what they are, but I want these exact ones because they're really nice actually, and I want to see if they fit my MXL. They probably don't. Probably don't fit the. They probably don't fit. They probably don't fit the MXL 991s. Yeah, because I think here's a Samson CO2, which is a much longer mic. It's a much longer mic, but it's also a thinner or a smaller diameter, I guess, microphone. Both phantom power. They both seem like they have the same volume setting. I'm going to switch back to the Samson CO2 real quick. I feel like they have the same volume setting for the most part. They have, now, you did hear a little bit of plosive, so this is probably not going to be good for you if you're talking directly into it. You're probably still going to need a pop filter for this little bad boy. But overall, I think it's, I mean, if you kind of angle yourself, if you're using this for voiceover, if you're angling yourself kind of off at like a 30-degree angle, maybe 45 away from the capsule, I think you'll be just fine. Anyway, as I was saying, these seem like very similar mics. CO2, MXL. I mean, for the most part, they seem almost identical. They're very close. In my headset, I can't really tell the difference. Now, the reason I wanted to test these is that a lot of videos that I had seen on the Samson CO2 is that it had a lot of self-noise, that it was incredibly noisy. And I wanted to test that. I wanted to see where's the actual noise level. So, again, what I'm going to do now is I'm now going to turn up the level on both these mics so we can hear where the noise floor is. And then I'm going to see where on the settings they are so we can actually find out which one's noisy. And then again, I'm going to normalize both the audio. I'm not going to do any other EQing or compressing. I'm going to normalize it, and then we can really see which one is technically noisier. So. All right, and right now I'm on 6. I'm trying to not talk too loud, but I'm on 6. So I went up about 1.5 notches on the Samson CO2. So now we're going to switch over to the MXL 991. This one up. All right, and again, I am on 6. And I think I'm hearing the same amount of noise. I'm going to do a side-by-side now. Now I'm just going to be quiet, and I'm going to cut between the two. All right, so now I've brought them back down both to 4.5. And again, you're listening to the Samson CO2 right now. I think that they're very, very close. I don't know what a lot of people were doing, or what the issue was with a lot of other people's Samson CO2s, because to my ear, there's not a lot of self noise. This would actually not be hard to do voiceover or do sound work on set. This seems very much usable. This seems like a very, very good, very clean mic. Now, the issue could have been if someone got further away and then you had to turn the volume up just so you could hear yourself clearly. Like doing like this. Now, if you did this, you were about this far away, and you had to turn the gain up. Yes, on set or any kind of film work where you needed a microphone like this and you have to turn the gain up a good bit in order to get clean audio when you're more than 8 inches away from the person's mouth, yes, you are going to get some self-noise like you can hear right now. Would I use the Samson CO2 for film work? Probably not. I probably wouldn't do a lot of film work with my MXL 991 either. But if someone needed me to work in a very small space and work with a very small microphone like one of these, I think they're both totally usable. They're totally fine. A little bit of cleanup, a little bit of EQing, a little bit of compression. It'd be totally usable. Now, as far as voiceover, I think it's better for voiceover than it is for on-set sound work. because of the fact if you do turn it down, if you do turn the microphone down, and you get about that far away from the microphone and you don't blow right into the capsule, this is totally clean audio. You can definitely do voiceover with this. And as I've proven in my past videos, if you're in a noisier space or you don't have the treated room like I do, using a small diaphragm or a dynamic microphone will help you with noise, as opposed to like a large diaphragm, which is going to pick up everything in the room. I mean, when I was working with a large diaphragm, anything on that side of the wall, it's a thick wall, but anything on that side of the wall or even out the window in the other room, I could hear it. I could totally hear it. However, with something like this or like my Sennheiser MKH416, not as much. Can't hear it. It's just really, really good as far as like rejecting noise behind the mic or off to the side, and it only picks up a small area. So if you're doing voiceover and you don't have a treated space or you don't have the perfectly quiet apartment or whatever, I would suggest a small diaphragm. And the Samson CO2 is a good buy. I would say, yeah, definitely a good buy. I may get myself some of these. I don't know. It just seems like a nice mic. However, I think the MXL 991 is cheaper. I think you can get the Samson CO2, a pack of 2 of them, for like $120, as opposed to a pair set of MXL 991s for, I think, less than $100. However, I would say, just by listening to them, I think the Samson CO2 is more flattering on the lower ends, and it's not as sibilant as the MXL 991. So it depends on your voice. For me, I think the Samson CO2 is a little bit more flattering. It's less sharp, and it's not as hard to listen to in the higher frequencies. So there you go. That's my test and overall review. I don't really have anything bad to say about this mic. It's actually really good. All the people, there's a couple other voice actors that were testing these mics and they didn't get really good results. So I have no idea. I don't know. I think it's a perfectly fine mic. I think you just need to really clean preamp, set the volume down, get closer on the mic, and I think it'd be totally fine. Also, you might have an older version of a CO2 because they do update mics on a regular basis. You may have an older model of the same series mic. So if you get the newer model or the newer, I don't know, whatever the newer one is, the Samson CO2 version 3.0, I don't know, it may be a cleaner mic than like the first line of the Samson CO2. So just an idea. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Leave any comments that you want to leave down below, like questions. I'll answer them. Anyway, thank you guys. Bye.